Hello everyone, happy Thursday. I love you, sending you a very big virtual hug wherever you are on the earth plane in this now moment. Hopefully you can hear me, but I was walking along the beach and I wanted to share a message that came through, and it was so loud and clear. It just was about truth, and the power of your truth, and how to start to navigate our truths even more consciously as we are going through this massive shift in the human collective. So as most of you guys can see in the external world, there are so many different truths out there, right? Even in your own family and friends, there's all these different truths. And what happens and what's happening is that we are dividing. We are arguing and fighting. We're getting mad at each other. There's anger, belittling, name-calling, all of these things that are actually perpetuating the shift. It's perpetuating, I should say, the lack of shifting the human collective. We're perpetuating the inability to shift, which is staying stuck in duality and stuck in divide. There is a way to get through this, allowing all truths. Because here's the thing about truths, okay? Yes, there are facts, 2 + 2 = 4, okay? Yes, there are truths in the universe and physics, laws of physics that are truth. But the majority of truths that you and I hold are fluid, meaning they change, meaning that not everyone needs to, has to, or will hold your truths. Truths are not concrete, even though there are truths that are concrete, okay? We live in a fluid field. It's the same thing with emotions. I want you to think of truths as emotions as well, right? Emotions are true, right? When you feel an emotion, you're truly feeling that emotion. But as soon as that emotion dissolves out of your body, you're not feeling it anymore. It doesn't mean that emotion doesn't exist. It means that it's just not in your reality right now. And for us to stand around and yell at other humans for feeling a specific emotion that they're holding on to is asinine. It's the same thing as holding on to truth and yelling at other people for holding on to specific truths that you don't hold on to. It doesn't make any sense. It does make sense and it doesn't make sense. If you can start thinking about truths as emotions, right? Emotions are designed to move through you. Truths are designed to move through you. When you hold a truth as your reality, meaning that you're holding it so tightly, it's like an anchor, and you're not letting it go, and everything around you is going to dictate that truth, you're going to find yourself restricted. You're going to find yourself holding on to that truth, even if there comes a moment when that truth doesn't feel right any longer. You're holding on. It's called stubbornness, right? You're holding on to it so tightly that even if it doesn't make sense to you anymore, you're still gonna hold on to it, right? Because as we shift or evolve into higher states of consciousness, our truths are going to change. It's inevitable. Because our frequency or our resonance changes. Resonance is the same thing as frequency. Frequency is light, light is energy. It's all inside your body. And as your light, energy, frequency, resonance shifts, so too do your truths. So when you're standing with somebody that doesn't hold the same truth, those truths are and will most likely change in another now moment. And if they don't, that is okay. We are not here to pull truths out of somebody and say that's the wrong truth that you are experiencing. That's like saying that's the wrong emotion that you are feeling. We all deserve to have whatever truths that we are holding right now, just like we all deserve to have whatever emotions. We aren't gaslighting emotions. Don't gaslight someone's truth. What we're going through is a massive, cataclysmic shift in the human collective. And if we continue to perpetuate a divide by holding on to our truths so firmly that we don't allow other humans to have their truths, and we are so fixated on changing somebody else's truth, we are literally dragging or holding the human collective down. It's an anchor, right? We're stopping the flow of the evolution in human consciousness. The way we keep the flow going and we continue to allow the flow of the human evolution to continue to shift into higher states, which is what you and I are doing every day, is that we allow truths to just be. But you speak your truth. You hold your truth. You honor your truth. Just like you would honor somebody else's truth. Your truth right now matters. It really, really matters. And if we can honor our own truths, then we can honor somebody else's truth. If we silence our truth, we're going to be silencing someone else's truth. And there is a way to get through this massive divide and collective shift by honoring all truths. Because no matter what, whether you understand this right now or not, we move through this human shift, this collective shift in consciousness. We move through it, and we find ourselves shifted into higher states of consciousness as a collective. It's inevitable. It's happening, and it happened. So do you want to go through this shift constantly battling, fighting, arguing, yelling, belittling? Or do you want to go through this shift with ease and grace and compassion and empathy and love? There will always be differing truths in this reality, in this quantum field, and in this matrix that we're in. Always. There will never be all holding the same truths. And if we can accept that, then we'll be able to move through this with more ease. When you find somebody that doesn't hold the same truths, honor their truth and speak your truth, right? Don't try to change somebody, because when you try to change someone, you are literally holding on to suffering and struggle. It's an anchor. Truths shift just like emotions. And if we can start to hold that as a reality, we may be able to start to move this easier with more grace, more ease. And what does this mean? It means you do your best to try to hold yourself in higher states of consciousness as much as possible. Expansion, love, connection, empathy. Did I say compassion? My favorite word right now. But you stand firm in your truths. You stand firm in your knowingnesses. And you pay attention to how much empathy and compassion you can have for those humans that don't understand this yet, and that are holding so tightly to their truths that it's the only truth. Look around, you guys, at the external. How many truths are out there? It's like your head's bobbling back and forth like, what do I believe? What do I believe? What do I believe? A truth is fluid. It is designed to shift and change. And if we hold on to it like it is the absolute, we will be in suffering. We will perpetuate the divide that we're here to shift. I love you. Hoping this makes sense. Sending you so much love today, tonight, this morning, whenever you're listening to this. Thanks for being here.